Hussein Mohammed, the State House spokesperson there.
He's just doing his job.
He's doing his job, and you know.
I'm so sad that they have an honest man lying for them.
You think he's lying?
He is. This is the number of the president. We can send
and
him.
You said he called.
We can send him 10 bob on M-Pesa and see whether the name is William Ruto. I mean, here it is. Okay, I don't think it's appropriate for me to start saying the number of the president on live television. But let me just show you. Let's send him.
No, don't send him.
Let's send the president 10 bob.
Remember during the Gen Z protests, right?
Yeah.
Walisema watasalimia rais.
Yes.
Na wakamsalimu.
So it will not be responsible of me to share the number of the president.
No.
But it's okay, whatever Hussein says.
But the number was all over the net.
According to me, it's not really about whether the president called me or didn't call me. Yeah, as I told you, much as the call was there, and much as whatever we discussed, out of respect, I said, I'm not going to say what the president told me, because whatever the president tells you is in strict confidence, and you need to respect his privacy. Sure. So for that reason, I'm not going to pursue that matter further. What I'm going to say is, let them controvert everything that I'm showing Kenyans about the projects they've been launching, because those tombstones have the name His Excellency Dr. William Ruto on them. Some of them, he's launched them when he is president. He wants to put across a lie that something happened along the way. And I know where he's coming with that lie. He wants to say is when he was deputy president and maybe he was being frustrated and so on and so forth. Yeah. What about these ones that I'm talking about, which happened when he is president, all right? And what is the president's willingness to fight corruption? Because you see, as long as we have a corrupt president, we cannot have a country that will end corruption. Because we'll receive a PR exercise on TV that the president is interested in fighting corruption when the president himself is corrupt.
Now, the other thing you were saying is some projects are even initiated twice.
Yeah, they're launched twice.
Like which ones?
I can give you a perfect example. In Nyandarua County, Captain Demi, Wanjohi, Kwamatu, Geta, Kahuruko, Ndunyunjeru Road, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto launched that road on the 26th of November 2018. He came back there on the 6th of April 2023 and launched it again.
The same thing.
4.4 billion Kenya shillings he allocated to it. Why launch the road twice and never work on it?
And it's still not complete.
Yeah, I just saw this morning, yesterday, the member of parliament say that the contractors have come back on site miraculously after I spoke. I'm happy it's working. It means I'm doing my job as the leader of opposition. My job is not to praise the government. It is Hussein's job to praise the government. My job is to make sure that the government is doing its job. You
know, you just mentioned the official leader of the opposition, because we have no opposition.
Yeah.
There's no opposition.
The opposition, the one that we had is an appendage of the executive.
And parliament has become a rubber stamp.
Yeah.
So we need more of you people to speak out.
We need more of me. And as you've seen, my students have been doing well. I encouraged Kenyans, go to the nearest project that is near your village, look at it, make sure that it is being done up to standard, or if it is stalled, record it and send it back. I'll retweet it for you. And Kenyans have been doing that. There are places that have not gone, that Kenyans have already gone, and they've recorded videos. For example, a Kenyan went to Masinjeri Primary School, where 1 million shillings was spent to buy goalposts. For a primary school.
Goalposts?
Yes. A Kenyan went to the Lower Nzoia irrigation project, phase 1, which was launched by President William Ruto on the 7th of June 2019. And let's not bring this amorphous conversation that the deputy president had no real influence in the government. The deputy president was the deputy president constitutionally. You cannot say government stopped running because the deputy president was in any disagreement with any politician. Government projects were still running in every ministry. We just have a president that lies. He cannot escape any opportunity to lie to Kenyans. Recently, there was an opportunity to lie about university funding, and he could not let the minister lie. He had to take it up for himself and lie and say that he received a HELB loan in 1987 when actually HELB itself was constituted in the 1990s. He just can't help it. The president's word should mean something to the people of Kenya. The president's word should mean something. It should be valuable. When the president tells you, I will do, it should be law. But now we have a president who just promises and promises and promises, but he has no intention of doing it. Just playing politics throughout, and the politics of dishonesty. This is a one-term president. We can't have this. If he doesn't resign before 2027, yeah, then he's a one-term president because he's not going to win that election in 2027.
Are you going to stand for someone coming to office?
There's only one problem in Kenya. These corrupt individuals have acquired so much billions for them to campaign, and we've commercialized our politics. So we have two problems. We've commercialized our politics and allowed the politicians to steal. So they're the ones with the highest amount of money to run an election. But I can assure you this, Jeff. If you send me your 1,000 bob, and your cameraman here send me 100 bob, and some people in the diaspora send me this, and I have enough money to run against President William Ruto, oh, you'll have a hell of a time. You'll have a hell of a time. He'll not believe it.
You would do it?
Yeah, because I've never held any government position. I've never been charged with I've never been convicted of a criminal offense. He doesn't have anything against me. What will he be saying in his rallies? But I'll be having a lot to say, including his 900-acre ranch in Kilgoris, where his own neighbor doesn't have last-mile connectivity. I was there personally at his ranch in Kilgoris, where he even has a private airstrip where he lands. Yet his neighbor doesn't have last-mile connectivity. He has diverted a contractor that is supposed to build the Kilgoris-Lolgorian road to his private home to build his road. This president is out of his mind. For sure, the young people of this country are extremely disappointed with the amount of dishonesty from this president. We even expected that when he appoints his cabinet, he's going to be, trimmed down the cabinet, because we were complaining about wastage of public funds. Why do we need to have a Ministry of Environment and still a Ministry of Water and Sanitation? This is one and the same thing. Have them as one ministry. Why should we have a cabinet secretary without portfolio? What the hell is that? That's like saying car without engine or human being without brain.
Well,
right, yeah? Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Or mother without child. It's unbelievable that we can have a cabinet secretary without ministry.
And yet,
Mfanyakazi bila kazi.
Bila kazi.
That's a joke, for sure. We expected that, for example, he would disband this thing called the Ministry of Civil Service. Why should we have a Ministry of Public Service when there is the head of Civil Service, the Public Service Commission, and every other government agency? Every county has the Public Service Board. The judiciary has the Judicial Service Commission. Parliament has the Parliamentary Service Commission. So why are we having the public service? Why do we have a Ministry for East African Community Affairs when we have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Why do we have ASAL's development when it can be in the Ministry of the State Department of Economic Planning? We just have a bloated government of people driving around with flags, wasting public funds. For example, I told you about this road. You see, this road keeps coming to my mind. In Murang'a, Ikumbi, Kagundu Road. Kenha paid a contractor 1.4 million on the day of the launch to just set up a tent for the president to just, where he will stand and say, hii barabara sasa itatoka hapa, itaenda mpaka hapa, itaenda mpaka kule. They are burning public funds in fuel to go and launch roads that they don't intend to complete or even do.
Goodness, there's so much rot in this government.